Hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great and wonderful day. Well, as for the final video of the day, I am going to give you Tiffany Henyard. She is what she calls herself a super mayor, as that she is embroiled in a whole bunch of crimes, actually, being insanely corrupt and all that great stuff, so we're going to go over that today. There's a lot going on with Tiffany Henyard here, alright? So I have been trying to get to every single thing that she's done, but between all the news stories, the limited time that I've had, and all this other great stuff, I haven't had time to just go over all her insanity. It's been insane to just go over her stuff. So I'm finally able to do a video on her that's been most recent. I'll try to do other videos on her previously before, so we'll see how that goes, but here's an actual clip of her kind of ravaging and raving, and she was like, oh, I'm innocent, here's the facts and stuff, but she's been indicted by the feds, so...
This is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching, and y'all went and got my site shut down, my Tiffany on the Move podcast, Tiffany Henyard on the Move podcast. Well, it's said that when truth speaks, everybody gets scared and everybody gets to running. And y'all asked me for the receipts, but I got the receipts right here on ice, like I always do. Y'all asked for it, and I'm about to deliver. I got episode after episode after episode. Just wait your turn. Yeah, your turn coming. Just wait. Y'all doing all that talking. Y'all doing all that lying. And I told y'all, stop lying on me before I start telling the truth on y'all. And that's what this is. Truth speaks right here. Residents, community, nation, y'all gonna be shocked at the mess that's all around y'all. But I want to educate people in my delivery of receipts that y'all thought I didn't have. I always keep my receipts. I mean, I do a lot of talking, or it may come out a little slower than norm, but I keep receipts. That way I can educate the world as what happens behind the scenes that y'all don't see. I don't like fake news, because fake news tell you one-sided narratives. They don't tell you the truth. As you can see, you saw that first one. First one was lit, wasn't it? It was off the chain. And the problem I got is, when they do it, it's cool. But when I do it, it's a problem. But this is how I see it in my head. Play the video.
Meanwhile, ranking administrator for both Dalton and Thornton Township is charged with fraud connected to an alleged bankruptcy scheme.
The village also completed negotiations with the police patrol, police lieutenants, and the sergeants.
Right here you see Keith Freeman, who sits next to embattled Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, discussing finances at a recent village board meeting. The U.S. attorney accuses Freeman of concealing assets and incomes from his creditors. He faces up to 5 years in prison if convicted. We reached out to Freeman and various Dalton officials, but have not yet heard back.
So, yeah, it doesn't seem like Tiffany Henyard's in a great spot, and she's been indicted for bankruptcy fraud and all these other huge slew of crimes that I would call her probably the most corrupted person on, well, at least mayor in the country. Let's put it that way. Unless something else comes out with other mayors that shows otherwise. But of course, these mayors, Tiffany Henyard is a special case, a special breed, if you will, because she says she does all this stuff and has all this, have all this proof and all that, but it's not really working out too well for her, considering the fact that we have you caught red-handed here. A lot of people are going against you, even your own people are going against you, and there's not much you can do against that. So we have more of a video here from WGN9, so kind of explaining exactly what's going on, and I'll interject here and there to kind of, voice my thoughts.
And Investigates was first to report today a top aide to Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard has been indicted for bankruptcy fraud. It comes amid ongoing questions about Henyard's spending and leadership.
And legal experts say it could be the first sign that the feds are trying to get people to share what they know about potential government corruption in the south suburbs.
Let's be smarter than that. This is not just the price is right.
Despite sitting next to Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard at countless meetings, the feds allege Keith Freeman not only failed to report his income from the village, he actively lied about it. Freeman is Henyard's top aide in both Dalton and Thornton Township. As part of a personal bankruptcy case, he was required to report his earnings. But this indictment on one count of bankruptcy fraud says Freeman falsely stated he only worked for the township and made just over $99,000 last year. Prosecutors say he tried to hide his Dalton earnings via a pass-through company, which brought his income to $195,000 last year. They further allege the village of Robbins has a claim against Freeman for more than $90,000 he took without authorization from a previous post he held as village administrator there.
This is long coming. If a person can lie on their own financials, what do you think they're doing for the village?
Well, I can tell you about one thing about that lady is that they're doing absolutely nothing. They're just enriching themselves and being probably the most corrupt people on the planet. Well, probably not the most corrupt people on the planet, that's probably a stretch, but definitely insanely corrupt. These people are acting like dictators, authoritarians, if you will, and has been stealing and taking money from the actual residents of Dalton, and they deserve to be jailed. I'm actually kind of surprised that the FBI is investigating them and actually is indicting them for for all these crimes. But here's the thing, though. They should be indicting her on so many other things, which they may actually get to that, because she's done so many other slew of crimes that that I can't even tell you. Like, again, as I said before, we have gone over through the Tiffany Henyard stuff. You could go through the playlist here if you want to actually see all of it, because it explains and shows exactly how much she has criminalized herself and all that stuff with all the things that she's done. Of course, I'll probably do a giant recap at some point, maybe, but this video or this clip already does kind of a mini recap. But you'll understand that a lot of what she's done here has just been a huge slew of crimes that I'm surprised she got away this long, to be honest with you.
Nobody is untouchable. That's what I want to say. Nobody is untouchable. So if this is just the first domino to all of them falling, let it happen.
Dude, Jay Bradley, how you feeling?
Freeman is a key player in our reporting on Tiffany Henyard because of how many roles he plays for her. In addition to the Dalton and Township jobs, Freeman also, for a time, was the registered agent of the Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation.
But there's no foundation in the state of Illinois moving like we moving and shaking and grooving like we doing. Right? That's right.
While Henyard's namesake charity claims to help cancer patients, WGN Investigates has reported it received most of its early money from taxpayers and has failed to file required paperwork showing how it spends its money.
Yeah, and she pocketed a lot of the taxpayers' money. She spent that money on a actual new vehicle. She used it on flights and stuff like that, very luxurious hotels. She's done everything of the sort of the book, and she's even gone after people that went against her, that wanted her gone, or etc., stuff like that, and try to shut down their business, arrest them, etc., send the police after them. Like, she's done these things, and it's quite insane on the amount of things that she's done so far. And she's also did her own type of I guess you could say marketing, using taxpayer funds and stuff like that, which you're not actually supposed to do, to market her and to be the next mayor and stuff like that. So even then, she probably even used the taxpayer funds to do all this stuff, and that's just insanity to me. Granted, there are things that taxpayers' money does go to that would be qualified and A-okay to do, but the things that she's using the taxpayer funds for is not okay.
How come you don't respond to my emails?
There you go. There you go. Huh? There you go. That's all you're getting from me. That's all you're getting from me today.
How come the charity hasn't filed its financial disclosures about how money was spent?
How would I know that? That's a good question, though.
For months, WGN Investigates has reported on questionable conduct on Henyard's watch, including unexplained travel, including first-class airfare and fine dining on the taxpayer's dime. Credit card statements show Freeman was on many of the trips, including one to Las Vegas, where another Henyard aide now claims a Dalton trustee sexually assaulted her. Others accuse Henyard of using Freeman and other government employees to retaliate against her opponents. Court watchers say the feds could use the bankruptcy charge against Freeman to get him to cooperate in other investigations.
When the feds are looking at a larger scheme or relationship, oftentimes what they have to do is go for people who are below or the lower part of the food chain. get them for something, charge them with something, because that's the leverage they need to be able to sit down with that person and say, now, if you help us, life might be good for you. If you don't help us, you're in a lot of trouble. Now, what do you want to do?
Yeah, so again, you've seen it here where she's been doing all these things, and I guess the feds are going after the low totem pole first. Great, granted, that guy needs to go to jail too for a very, very long time, and then they have to work up the totem pole with Tiffany Henyard. Meanwhile, she is trying every single possible way to make things a living nightmare for the residents there, and being very corrupt. Again, as I said, I think it's taking a bit too long to get this to be on notice. I'm glad at least something is finally being done, and she will finally meet her maker, hopefully. Of course, this is the same person that hired Lori Lightfoot, the other very corrupt person that also was, that was as part of the investigation, which she might actually be doing her job this time. I don't know, but it seems like she might be doing her job, where she has said, okay, well, yeah, you are committed a lot of problems here, a lot of crimes. Even I can't condone this type of stuff. So yeah, you need to be punished at some point. So yeah, maybe Lori Lightfoot's actually doing her job. That's a good thing. But again, this is what we're dealing with here. Tiffany A. Henyard here. So again, credit where credit is due. Lightfoot might be doing her job. Don't know. She was put under the investigation, and we'll have more stuff about Tiffany A. Henyard, even the new and the older. Okay, I will try to update as soon as possible. It's just I try to get you guys more recent and current day information than doing it back in the past, and I haven't had time. These videos take a little bit more extra time to make than some of the others. So be as it may. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Let's guys share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.